Lucifer cunningly convinced 1/3 of the spirits destined for Earth to fight with him in revolt. Thus, Lucifer became the devil and his followers the demons. Sent to this world, they would forever be denied bodies of flesh and bone. Those who remained neutral in the battle were cursed to be born with black skin. This is the Mormon explanation for the Negro race. The spirits that fought most valiantly against Lucifer would be born into Mormon families on planet Earth. These would be the lighter-skinned people, or white and delightsome, as the Book of Mormon describes them.
That there is no other way to gain the knowledge to become gods than to disobey Father and eat the fruit. Adam learns that the apron Lucifer wears symbolizes Satan's power and priesthood.
After entering the temple, men and women are separated. These initiates or patrons first enter a dressing area where they are instructed to remove all their clothing, which is then placed in a locker and locked with a key. As part of the endowment ceremony, all temple patrons chant Pei Lei Ale while making a gesture of submission. We are told this is taken from Adam's prayer in the Garden of Eden, which Lucifer answered.
Pei Lei Ale.
Whatever the meaning of Pei Lei Ale, Lucifer has authority to answer that prayer.
In order to take part in these ceremonies, the Mormon must be determined worthy by Mormon officials. The oaths, the secret words, the secret names, the tokens, the special hand clasps, all the things that I did as a Mormon in the temple ritual, all of those come from Scottish Rite.
The sign is made by raising the right hand. The first token of the Aaronic priesthood represents having your throat slit from ear to ear and having your tongue torn out by its roots. The execution of the penalty is made by placing the right thumb under the left ear, drawing the thumb quickly across the throat to the right ear, and dropping the hand to the side.
Mormonism teaches that there are certain sins that the blood of Jesus Christ will not atone. The Mormon's own blood must be shed. Some of the sins for which Mormons have had in the past their blood shed, their throat slit, were adultery, stealing. The most tragic of all was that fathers would follow their own sons and shoot them out of saddle because they were guilty of apostasy. They were trying to leave the Salt Lake Valley and get away from Mormonism. The Mormon Church of Utah can no longer practice blood atonement nor polygamy because of the laws of the land. However, they do hope someday that they will reinstitute both practices.
The accompanying incantation is a classic occultic ritual similar to chants in witchcraft, voodoo, Satan worship, and pagan fertility rites.
Health in the navel, marrow in the bones, strength in the loins and in the sinews. Power in the priesthood be upon me and upon my posterity through all generations of time and throughout all eternity.
That is correct. Temple patrons are invoking occultic priestcraft power and placing themselves, their families, and future generations under its spell.
Eve, having conversed with the Lord through the veil, desires now to enter his presence.
Let her enter.
People that go through these ceremonies, either for themselves or standing in for the dead, experience a tremendous sense of power. A further indictment to the non-Christian nature of Mormonism is the fact that not a single cross appears in or on any Mormon temple. However, the pentagram, hexagram, and goat's head, which are the highest of satanic symbols, were used extensively throughout early Mormon architecture. This little arrangement is perhaps the most significant display at Temple Square, for it truly represents the blind depth of this Mormon heresy. It is a representation of Adam and Eve kneeling at an altar. On the altar is their offering of fruits and vegetables. A little lamb sits happily at their side. This is the offering of Cain, which God rejected in Genesis 4.